Mind Gap Podcast.
Everybody, welcome to Mind Gap Podcast. I'm Doug.
I'm Justin. And Doug, you got a question for me?
I do. First things first,
yes.
Gang, I'm going to be really sweaty because the AC is broken in my house. You can't tell, I'm already a little shiny.
I wanted to say something, but I didn't want to bring it up.
Hey, it's I'm working. It was hot. It's still hot. I have my windows open, so if you hear some wild noises, it's probably for people outside. People outside are gonna hear me making wild noises too. So we're working through it. All right. It's sweaty time. Whatever. We're doing it. All right. I'm just glad you all can't smell because it's probably gonna get stinky in here.
It smells like stewy balls.
Yeah,
there's a lot of places
balls
up here in GR because there's a lot of older homes up here. Lot of homes where you see the window units going in, and some homes they don't have. I couldn't do it anymore. I know people did it for years. You can survive. It's doable. You know, you called me a pussy or a weakling, whatever. I can't, man. I cannot sit in a house like you're going through it right now. Like, could you do this permanently all the time?
I think I could get used to it.
Humidity?
I'd hate it, but it's kind of like you adapt to it, right? Like,
nah, man.
Natalie's miserable right now. She's like, I don't want to do another. She goes, I don't want to sleep another night when it's hot. I go, don't hold your breath. I don't know if they can fix it today.
Sorry,
the guy came by and he couldn't fix it.
Yeah.
And fortunately, it's not as hot today as it was yesterday. It's going to be a
yeah.
little cooler tomorrow, and then it's going to drop 20 degrees on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So that will be fine. But like, this sucks, man. It's nothing like trying to sleep in your bed with no covers on, and you're just having a fan blow on you, and you're like, oh my God. Will I ever be able to sleep?
There's only so naked you can get.
Yeah.
I can only be so uncovered.
I'm just like, oh my God. And then you have like, thankfully Loki's hot. So she's like, I'm not getting in the bed. Fuck
Good.
you. I'm going to find the tile. But Bruno's like, I like to snuggle, and he just hops in there. And
just fucking hot box. He's like a furnace. Those dogs like furnaces. Benny's the same
Bruno
way, man.
loves the sun. He just will lay out in the sun all day long. He does not give it. He's a summer boy. And it's just like, I'm going to hang out with you all. I'm like, God, go away.
Go away. Because then you get the bristly hair against your skin, and it just feels even worse. Ugh.
Yeah, it's awful.
No.
I feel bad for my dogs. I think that Loki particularly is like, this sucks, man. I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
I was like, go to the basement. The basement's cooler.
Yeah, she got a black fur coat. Like, she's just retaining that heat, man.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. So a little behind the scenes. I have my lights here. I did not turn them on until we were about to hit record because I'm like, I'm already hot in here, but we're going to deal with it through all this, and we're going to make it happen. So fun stuff. But I do remember, like in college, like I remember getting a window unit.
Yeah,
and
no,
like
same thing. Like I've been
cranking that
through
shit up, and it felt great,
Yeah, I've been through it before, where like that broke, or we didn't have one, or whatever. So, and I'm just like, I hit a point where I'm like, I'll never go back. I can't. I can never go back.
Yeah, I would prefer not to have this. Once you get that convenience, it's hard to go back.
Real hard to go back.
Oof. So yeah, I'm in it right now, and I already run hot enough as it is.
Mm-hmm.
So
you do.
This is a tough time for me, but thank you for being here in my first world problems where I don't have central AC working right now. So
yeah, I realize as I'm saying this, I'm just like, I'm very fortunate, and I don't have any room to.
I contemplated sleeping in the basement last night because I'm like, at least it's cold down there. I might do that tonight. I don't know, man. I'm just like, it'll be cozy. It'll be cozy down there. But I want to ask you a question.
Yes, Douglas.
And I want you, listeners, viewers, I want you to think about this too, because you're going to go into the comments and you're going to leave your thoughts on this. What's the stupidest thing you've ever heard someone say that you still think about to this very day? This was a question from Ask Reddit that I was like, oh,
I bet you there's some good fucking answers on that.
I have some good answers, but I want to hear from you first.
Yeah.
I'll share some, and then we'll get into some of the stuff that some of these people wrote on Reddit.
So, all right. So first one, about 10 years, the stupidest thing that I've heard someone say that I still think about. 10 years ago, I asked someone to start a podcast with me, and that motherfucker said yes.
Yeah.
Dumb motherfucker.
Dumb.
That was stupid. Yeah.
What a fucking moron.
I trapped that motherfucker into a 10-year relationship.
Yeah. And he doesn't even know it.
He doesn't even know it yet.
Yeah. It's common law married at this point, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's luckily for me, he's so hot he can't think about anything else. So, in college, there was a guy who, you remember Cheech and Chong?
I do remember Cheech and Chong.
So Tommy Chong was the one with the beard. There was a guy in college, I won't name his name, but he was the embodiment of Tommy Chong. He was Tommy Chong IRL. And so, and again, nicest guy, hell of a musician. But I don't know if this was just his personality or if he was perma-fried or what. But he come in, he's like, "Hey man, what's going on?" and that's not even like that was his voice. And so,
wow.
There's one time I was eating. You remember those the Tyson breaded chicken cutlets? They were just like flat, frozen, and you would fry them up. So we were in college, we had no money, so I was eating a couple of those, and I just those on a plate, nothing else. As you're wont to do in college. So I'm sitting there cutting it. He comes in, he's like, "Hey Jay, oh, what are you eating, man? Pancakes?" And I go, no, it's. I go, no, this is chicken. And so, but I had been cutting it in like I cut it like in strips and then strips. So it was cubed. Like they were like I had cut them in squares. He's like, "What are you eating? Pancakes?" I go, "No, it's chicken." "In cubes?" Lost his mind. He was so flabbergasted that I was eating chicken in cubes. And I go, no, Aaron, I cut them that way. And he goes, "Oh, wild, man." And then just turned and walked out. And for years after that, Milos was there with me. And Milos and I, every once in a while, we'll see each other and we'll have dinner. He goes, "Hey, what are you eating there, man?" And I'm like, "Chicken." And he'll go, "In cubes?" He's not the stupidest thing, but it was just one thing that has forever just stuck in my mind of like, "In cubes?"
You know what, though? We've all been that guy where we've had a moment where we don't connect with what's happening. We're like, "Oh my God, that was really dumb what I just said," you know? Yeah. I identify with that where I'm like, "Oh," and as soon as I say it, I'm like, "Oh, shit."
Yeah. I don't think he ever clocked that though.
I was like, never mind. He's like, "Oh, that's good."
Oh, whoa, man.
Whoa.
And then peace.
Chicken cubes? Whoa.
Chicken cubes?
The wave of the future, you know? That's crazy. I know this is so funny because I sent this to you in advance because when you ask someone this, immediately all your memories just go out the window. They flood from your brain.
I barely pulled that story. Yeah.
Right. And I know most of these from work. I'm sure I have tons, but I go to the Essex Inn is kind of like my go-to place. There was one guy there that was a lot. And
it's putting it nicely.
He didn't have a bank account because he didn't trust banks. And so he was one of the guys that would get a paper copy of his paycheck and he would go to the check cashing place to cash them in, which I didn't have the heart to be like, "You realize you're paying a massive fee every time you do that." And he would just keep a bunch of checks in his glove compartment in his car and he would cash them
uncashed
as
like
he
that
needed
was his
them.
Savings.
Yeah, that's what he would do
Wild,
because he's like, "I don't trust banks, man." I'm like, "Okay."
Wow.
That's crazy. So this guy, that's just like the foundation. I feel like I've talked about this before. This guy's crazy. And just like had some wild, he would just get on some tangents. And one of the times he just goes, "Man, people eat a lot of chicken, man." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Just think about all the chicken that people eat." He goes, "There's got to be like a whole planet of chickens that we just like get this chicken from. Because there's just so much. It's everywhere." And I was like,
It's called Earth.
"Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You just think there's just a chicken planet that we just go and pick up the chicken?"
We harvest chicken, and sometimes they come in cubes.
And I was like, "In the cubes?"
Yeah.
I was like, that was one of the things he said where I was like, I don't know what to say to that. Like that is
that's a wild statement.
That is wild. The other one that he said that was super wild was he came in and we were on a shift and there was like a launch from Cape Canaveral, some sort of rocket launch or whatever, like the day before. And he's like, "Kind of hot today, huh?" And I was like, "I mean, I don't know." He goes, "You don't think so?" He's like, "They launched that rocket yesterday." And I was like, "What are you implying?" He's like, "Well, they launched that rocket. It's hotter today. I'm just saying, I don't think that's a coincidence." And I was like, "Are you suggesting that a rocket launch in Florida has increased the global temperature by several degrees?
Wow.
Is that what you're proposing to me? He goes, I'm just saying it's hotter today. And I was like,
that's
okay.
intense. That is
Okay.
That's man.
Okay.
Well, do you know where this individual is now? I'm curious.
I'd like to hope he's still alive. I don't know. He got fired and he did not take it very well.
Boy.
He basically like refused to leave.
Wow.
And like they're like, we're calling the cops, and he's like, I ain't leaving. And then finally
There
he
you
just
go.
and then finally he broke and he left, and we never saw him again. I was like, that was crazy.
He
That
goes,
guy's
fuck
crazy.
this. I'm going to that chicken planet. I'm going
He's
to
like,
take
I'm
one
gonna
of
take
those
my-
rockets, and I'm going to go to the
I'm gonna-
chicken planet.
I'm going to cash in my uncashed checks from my gloved box. And I'm going to buy some chicken. And we're going to Chicken Planet.
I'm going to get me a ticket on one of them weather-changing rockets, and I'm going to the Planet Chicken. Planet
man,
Cluck.
That was wild. I was like,
That's-
Jesus. And I know there was some other wild shit that I probably blocked out from that time, where there's some crazy shit that people have said where I was like, what? And it's just sort of like gone. And I'm like, it's probably for the best, to make room for other useless quotes from movies that I'm going to quiz you on later. So,
Well, now that you bring that up, it reminds me of like, and I hadn't even tapped this well when you brought this question up to me. But when I was at on the phones back in the customer support days at the 9 to 5 that I work, and man, you want to talk about, so you're like, whoa, you guys, you vote and you're allowed to behind the wheel of a car.
you pay taxes, I assume.
Holy shit. Do you have Velcro on your shoes and wear a helmet when you exit? Because you should. There was two specifically. I had asked the person, I go, all right, so to start troubleshooting, are you on a Mac or on a PC? And they're like,
God.
I don't, how am I supposed to know this? And I go, hard stop. What do you mean, how am I supposed to know this? I'm like, is it a Mac? Or is it, I don't even know how else to ask this. Is it a Mac or PC? And they're like, well, how would I know? How can I find that out? And I go, turn to the person next to you and ask, am I on a Mac or a PC?
Ask for help.
I don't know. I don't know. I said, okay. I said, well, in my head, I'm like, is it sleek and looks good and easy to use? Or is it clunky and you don't know where the start menu is? I was like,
do you feel like you can play games on it, or do you feel like you can't?
I said, somewhere on there, is there a logo of an apple with a bite out of it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't.
Who took a bite of the apple?
Well, I don't know. This looks more like a pear to me.
Oh, I have a pear.
I have a pear. And I go, well, is it a
Danjou pear or more of a Bartlett pear? Because it matters.
I was like, is there a giant tower sitting next to a monitor? And she's like, I have a screen. And I go, all right. I don't know.
Well, we have a monitor.
We're halfway there. Yeah, check. So anyway, I don't remember how that one resolved. But the other one, very similar vein, I go, okay, well, we're going to need to know. I said, what browser are you using? And they're like, well, I don't use browsers. And I go,
that's false.
I said, I beg to differ on that one. But I go, okay. And I said, well, no, I said, you do use a browser. She goes, no, I do not. And I'm like, I do like hard stance on it. And I go, okay. I said, well,
like you're accusing her of a crime,
right? Like I would never be caught dead using a browser.
My dad never used a browser, and I never will either.
And my children won't. So
Sandy, I'm gonna need you to chill, okay?
Yeah. So this was like 2016 or so. So I was like, okay. Mm-hmm. I said, let me ask you this: do you have Facebook open on your computer? And she's like, well, yeah. Because everyone did at the time. She goes, well, yeah. I go, cool. You're using a browser. And I just shut that down. And she's like, well, she goes, I don't know all the technical terms for all this stuff. And she's like, I'm not in support, or I'm not in IT like you are. I was like, two things. First, I'm not in IT. Second, it's a browser. It's not that technical. But I go, okay, that's fair. I said, well, now we need to know what browser you're on. I said, and she goes, well, how am I supposed? I go, okay, is it a round beach ball with a red, green, and yellow with the blue in the center? I said, or is it a fox hugging the earth? I said, or is it an E with a halo over it? And she's like, it's the fox one. And I go, great. And so we finally worked our way into how, I don't know. We worked our way onto a WebEx where I could see her computer. It was Internet Explorer. It was not the Fox one. I'm like, lady, where did you see a fucking fox on this screen? This is an E with a halo, if I've ever seen it. Okay?
You know what it is? This is one of those things where you're like, I got a 1 in 3 chance. I'm just going to commit hard to one, and then we'll see what happens. No shame.
Lord.
You know?
So yeah,
No
those
shame.
still stick out with me. Those 2 calls specifically.
That's wild. I do remember, this still sticks with me too, when I was at the hotel. It's common practice, Justin. If you've stayed at a hotel, which I know you have, usually they'll ask for a credit card. And they'll also ask to see your ID.
Naturally.
More often than not, right? Like that's
Yes.
kind of a common thing to verify you are who you say you are, and also to check it lines up with the credit card or the form of payment or whatever. Yeah. And I was at the hotel, and I was just like, massive line of people. We're just working them in, blah, blah, blah. And it's the standard thing of like, can I have like, credit card and an ID? And the woman just goes, she stops and stares at me, and she goes, how does it feel to be part of the Gestapo? It just like totally cut me out of my rhythm. And I go, what? She goes, how does it feel to be part of the Gestapo? I go,
like she said it like she was dropping a mic on you. Like she landed the
She
plane.
said it so calm and threatening. And I was like,
wow.
I don't understand. She's like, why do you need to see my ID? I was like, to verify that it matches the reservation and that it matches your card so that it's not stolen. And then she's like, just hand it to me. And I was like, I got to get this bitch out of here, man. This lady is crazy. Like,
that is insane. That's crazy.
I was like, I was also it blew my mind how many people didn't understand how debit cards work. Like
right.
that.
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh my God. The amount of people that are like, there you go. And I'm like, so I'm going to authorize the stay on this card, and it's going to hold it. And since this is your debit card, it's tied to your checking account, which is cash. It's going to hold up that cash. They're like, yeah, just run it as credit. I'm like, this is still a debit card.
Right.
If you have a credit card, it holds magical funds that are not tied to anything. I go, your debit card is attached to your checking account, and it will take 7 to 10 days for that to get back. So
Right.
are you okay with that? And they're like, yeah, no problem. And then sure enough, an hour later,
Yeah.
why I don't have any money to spend while I'm here? I'm like, sir, I warned you.
Right.
We have a sign. It's on the sheet.
Yeah.
It's all there. I remember just getting people that were this one woman was so rude at check-in, just unbelievably rude, mean, whatever. And I warned her. I go, just so you know, yada yada. And it was like it held like $600 like on her thing. And I warned her. She was such a bitch. And then this is fortuitous in a way. Depends on how you look at it. But like the next day or two, angry phone call, and I got the call. And it was this woman. And she started just being like, yeah, my money's being held, and it's no one told me. And I go, ma'am, I'm going to stop you there. I checked you in, and I know you and I had a conversation about this, and I told you. Do you remember what I told you? I told you that this was going to hold up your money. We had this conversation. I go, my name is Doug. I spoke to you when you checked in, and all of a sudden she hung up the phone. Like Perfect. She all of a sudden she realized she wasn't going to get anywhere because I was like, no, you talk to me.
Right.
And I had this conversation with you. And now you're complaining, and you just, no, you can't pull that shit with me. And I was like, shut that shit down.
You should have just gone, might I suggest that you use your credit card for any purchases you make on your trip?
Yeah. That's the thing is like, I wish in the service industry, you could get away with doing that after someone has broken the dam.
Oh, yeah.
And you can just bust through that and be like, cool. Well, you have now, just let me take my gloves off here now that you have broached this. Now I have full immunity to do whatever it takes. It has to go so far for you to be able to talk like that to people. But I'm just like, no. You don't get to treat me like that,
Yeah.
And also, these people did not know who they were fucking with. There were some dangerous people that worked at the hotel, man. Dangerous fucking people. And
you talking about like physically dangerous?
These are people that I'm like, these are people from the streets, okay? Like that are working behind this front desk. There was a guy who he presented as white. If you look closely, I'm like, oh, he might be Latino. He was Puerto Rican, and he spoke Spanish. And the amount of times that people would talk shit in Spanish around him, and he would all of a sudden pop off in Spanish and be like, what'd you say? And they're like, and he's like, yeah. he starts like talking shit to him back in Spanish. And all of a sudden they're like, oh, fuck. And he's like, yeah. What else? I never wanted to fuck with that guy at all. So I'll tell you what, when he had your back, it's like, I got Raymond on my back, man. Raymond's right. Gonna burn this place down, man.
Dude, I love the fact. I wish that, like, what a superpower to have. You know what I mean? Like, especially in that circumstance where you just let him jaw for a while and then go, all right, time to let you know that I know exactly what you've been saying.
Ray hated his job and he hated being there and he hated people. So when there was an opportunity for him to unload on people, it was wild. Anyway, so plenty of dumb stuff. Let's get to, here's a couple of really fun ones that I read off of Reddit from this. First one was like 19 and had a cabin with family on a vacation. Was outside and my cousin pointed a gun straight up in the air and let a bullet fly. I don't know where the bullet went, but I screamed, "What the fuck?" and took cover best I could. He was like, "Relax, cuz. I never pointed at anyone." I was like, "What do you think happens to the bullet you shoot in the air?" He tilts his head upwards, gazes up at the clouds for a second or two and says, "That shit goes to outer space."
It also changes the temperature by a tenth of a degree.
It goes up to Jesus.
Oh my God! It goes to planet Chuck.
It goes, the Chuck planet.
The Chuck planet.
Next one here. My stepmom, when we were watching a John Candy movie, did he make that movie before he died?
That's one of those brain fart.
My stepmom, when we were eating chocolate chip cookies, it's the flavor that makes them taste so good. I hate it. It ends with, I hated my stepmom.
Oh, it's fucking, that's good.
Yeah. Another good one here. The woman who told me that she signs her signature differently every time so that no one would be able to forge it. Like, I didn't have the heart to explain to her why that was counterproductive. Oh, yeah. Tough stuff, man.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Stupid funny, but my sister applied for a job one time that asked her to pick a word to describe herself, and she chose the word ominous.
I want to know what she thought that meant.
Right? It's like, wow. All right, I got two more here.
All right.
Back in 2013, during anatomy class required for our associate's degree, there was a girl who just had zero brain. Sometimes I genuinely wondered how she made it to her 20s. Anyway, we were talking about safe sex pregnancy prevention. She chimed in and said, "Oh, I'll never get pregnant until I want to. I rinse with Coca-Cola every time I have sex." The whole class went silent. The teacher froze. She asked her to repeat herself and then said, "You rinse what with Coca-Cola?" She responded, "Myself. After I have sex, I fill the douche with Coca-Cola and rinse inside." The teacher quickly changed the subject and held her after class. I hope that girl is doing okay.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
My thing is like, where did you learn that? Who told you that?
Yeah, there's so many questions that
Just
brings
like,
up.
Yeah, fish inside, it's cool. Coca-Cola!
I heard
Love that polar bear.
That shit'll strip rust off of a chrome hitch.
Hey, I see what it does to pennies, man. We'll be fine. It's like, whoa, okay. All right. Last one.
Oh, man.
A coworker once said she wanted to move to Italy. Another coworker mentioned she wouldn't be able to watch TV since it would all be in Italian. First coworker responded that she would just bring her TV from home. Yikes.
Flawless logic, my friend. Flawless logic.
Yikes. Well, let us know in those comments the stupidest thing you've heard anyone ever say that still sticks with you, or check the link in the description, youtube.com/mindgappodcast. Join our Discord and share your thoughts down there. We'd love to hear your stories.
Those made me, I just remembered, and I pulled it up as you were talking here. Back when I worked at the Container Store, there was a guy by the name of Bob Krysek, and he had Bobisms. And when people would act like this, he always had the best. He was a baseball ump and a basketball ref for years in college. So he got real good at like firing back at people, and people would yell at him and this and that. So he dealt with stupid people very well. And I wrote down I've had this since 2012. I wrote down.
Oh, that's awesome.
I wrote down Bobisms, and I kept them. But like two of those people, like the girl who douched with Coke or things like that. I'm just going to read a few of these because I often these often come to mind when I hear those. So don't let common sense get in the way of a good argument. He would always, if someone says, I'll start. So people would be like, they would say to him, like, why are you so cranky? Can't you be nice? He goes, I'll start being nicer when you start being smarter.
Nice.
Which I thought was great. I've heard a whole lot worse from a whole lot better than you.
That's one of those ones you say it fast and you're like, wait a minute.
Wait, what? Yeah. You're my second favorite person. Everyone else is tied for first. A couple more. They said, let's see, what do you say? A pat in the back is a foot away from a kick in the ass. Basically, he didn't trust management when they complimented him. What do you say?
I get that.
Yep. Everyone makes the room better. Some by coming, some by going. And the last one, I got 2 words for you when they aren't let's dance.
It sounds like Duke Nukem quotes. Like,
yeah.
I'm here to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum. It's like my dad would have like these really lame like digs that were probably cool back in the 50s, when he was a young lad. He's like, this person's so stupid. When they were handing out brains, they thought they said trains and said, I already got one for Christmas. I was like, that's a long one to say, Dad.
You really got to commit to that one. That's a lengthy.
Like, you better not fuck that one up. Because he would say that so pissed. He would just be like going off and goes, and this person, and they said, I was like, here we go. Let's give him 15 seconds to get this one out. It's just like, Jesus. He's just like, got him.
Yeah.
Got him. Burn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll teach you twice before you say shit to me.
Yeah. I was like, just call him a dumb shit. All right, get it over with. We understand. You don't have to tell us a fucking story, imaginary story about people giving out. Who's giving out the brains, Dad?
Right?
Huh? You never explained that part of the story.
Was there a line? Huh? Did you queue up? Did you pull?
Are these
numbers?
mind flayers? What are we talking about here?
Did you pull numbers like at a deli? Was there a counter? What's happening?
Yeah. Do you get to choose? Were there customizations?
Sure.
Could you get them bespoke? Bedazzled?
Bespoke brains.
Bespoke brains. Anyway, yeah. So
that's
fun
the name
shit.
of a punk band. Bespoke Brain.
Ooh, yeah. That or an improv group. I feel like they're often quite interchangeable.
They are. Yeah, you could easily swap.
Yeah,
it's a punk band that improvises all of their songs.
There we go, and it sounds like shit.
Yes.
So fun story. For the longest time, there was this restaurant that I was waiting for it to open. By me, it's over by my gym, and it looked like it was like, oh, they're coming along, they're gonna get this built, and then the pandemic hit, and then it just like sat there forever. And I was like, this place is never gonna open. It was called Everest Asian Fusion. I'm like, that sounds really cool, but it's just like sat in this building. I'm like, man, these poor fuckers probably just got hosed.
Horrible timing for trying to open a restaurant like that. And
I was just like, I was like, this place is never going to open. And then all of a sudden, like, I don't know, 6 months ago, I started seeing like work being done in there. And like, there was like paper, covering up the windows and shit. I'm like, oh shit, are they doing stuff? And then all of a sudden it's like out of nowhere, it's like soft opening. I'm like, is it open?
It's happening.
I was like, what is this? And then I looked it up and it was like Korean barbecue and hot pot. And I was like, this sounds interesting. And it's an all you can eat sort of situation.
Oh, it's throwing you back to Ryan's Steakhouse, Dougie. It's throwing you back.
You pay a flat fee and you get all you can eat. Now, have you ever been to Korean barbecue before?
I have not. I have been to an Asian buffet, an all you can eat Asian buffet, but I've never been to a Korean barbecue joint.
I've been to plenty of buffets in my day. So this is my first experience. And so like Jill was going to hang out with some friends, and Natalie has gotten a taste for sushi. And so they have sushi there as well. It's all you can eat sushi. And so I was like, do you want to go try it with me? And she's like, yeah. She was super pumped. And so we get in there and it's like an experience, man. Like, I'm sure people have had this before. They're like, okay, you fucking white dumbass from the Midwest. Like, you just let me revel in this for a moment. So they have big ass booths that have like a grill on the table as well as burners for the soup and broth. So they will bring you out like thin slices of meat and you will cook it yourself. And then you decide what kind of broth you want. And then you'll just have this pot of broth and then you'll go and get shit and make your own soup or they have like udon noodles. They have ramen noodles. They have like fish balls. They have shrimp. They have some beef that cooks like really quick in the broth. They have like just it's like a salad bar full of shit that you can just bring back and be like, I'm gonna make a fucking soup out of this.
What a brilliant business model. They make you pay to cook your own food. That is genius.
It's awesome. And because it's also like good food too, right? Like you can get like marinated short ribs. There's like different types of, you can get fucking pork belly. Got chicken. You got all different types of stuff you can get. And it's just like, hey man, order as much as you want for an hour and a half. Yeah. For a flat fee. Fuck. They have amazing appetizers. We got gyoza. We got shrimp tempura. We tried some fried oysters. We got like a couple things of sirloin. I got some marinated short ribs. And then we started building our own broth out of it. Natalie was having a fucking blast. She was like, this is amazing. This is incredible. You can make your own sauce. They had like a whole collection of different sauces.
See, now you've got my interest.
Right?
I'm like, a sauce whore. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like they had all this thing and they even gave you some recipes up there. Like, do you want like a meat dipping sauce? It's like, here's like sesame oil with some peanut sauce and a little bit of soy and a little bit of vinegar and with some other stuff. And they're like, you can build your own shit. And I was like, that is rad as hell. And I was like, they gave us a tablet. They're like, let us know what you want. And then you put it in and then we'll bring it out to you. And I was like,
there is a Korean barbecue place up here that I feel like I should go to because I've always wanted to try it. I just never been.
Yeah, same. So I sat down and I was like, tell me how this works, man. I don't know how this works at all. And he's like, yeah. And there's like 3 different tiers. And I'm like, listen, man, I ain't going for your $60, $70 per person a month. That sounds a bit crazy. Yeah. I don't need all that shit. But then it's also sushi. It's like, what sushi do you want? Like, it's pretty like you get some rolls. We were not looking for anything crazy, but like Natalie likes eel. She tried red snapper for the first time, which was cool.
Damn, girls eating eel?
Yeah, she loves eel. It's fit. Yeah. And then she tried some salmon rolls for the first time and she tried some crab stuff. So we got a lot of nigiri and whatever, which was awesome. Nice. And I was like, this is fucking dope as hell, man. Like, that's cool, it's pricey, but I'm like, it's worth it to just for the experience and to kind of get what you want. And also like to try some stuff, which I thought was really, really cool. And we had a really good time. It's like a great daddy-daughter moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, this is super fun because Jill isn't super into sushi. Sure. To say that's pretty generous. She doesn't like sushi. Yeah. So I was sitting there being like, I don't know if she'd like this or not. I can't tell. I think she'd probably like the meat stuff and probably being able to make her own like brothy soup sort of stuff would be kind of cool to some degree. I was like, I'm just wondering if she would get as much out of it as like, I don't know. I think it's cool, but it was like super fun. There's something about the experience of just being able to like, great, here's some shit, cook it the way that you want, eat it. And I don't know, man, it was great. It was like a really great experience. Other than some creepy boomer coming by and being like, are you taking your princess out on a date? And I was like, nope. Yeah. He's like, that's pretty great. And he kept walking. I was like, I don't know you, sir.
We didn't need this interaction. Go away.
Like, no.
We did not.
You remind me of a sebaceous cyst I used to have on my balls.
You should have. I wish you had said that.
I was too busy trying to cook the meal and enjoying myself. And I was like, okay. Goodbye. Go away now.
Go away now.
I don't like you. And at one point, like one of the managers came by because this is still relatively new. And they're like, hey, is this your first time at any sort of like, Korean barbecue? And I was like, yeah. She's like, well, how was it? I was experienced. Was it intuitive? I was like, yeah. And Natalie interrupted. She goes, 5 out of 5 stars.
I love that shit.
She was like so emotive throughout all of it. She's like, look at me. She's like the guy's explaining. She goes, what? Oh my God. She's like, and she was like letting her choose stuff on the tablet what we were going to try. And she was like super into it. And
that's
like,
so fucking fun.
It was just such a good, she's like, this is amazing. And I was like, all right, this is a special occasion kind of place. We're not coming here all the time, but like, it was really, really cool. But she's like, oh, this is so cool. It was just such a fun experience. And also like and I gotta say this for myself. This is the first time I've had an all you can eat experience in a long time.
Sure.
Yeah. In a very long time. And I was worried because I'm on an upswing as I'm trying to do better. And I was like, okay, here we go. And I honestly, I did really well. Like I didn't get gross. Like I got to the point where I was full and then Natalie's like, I'm really full. I go, let's get some fruit to sort of like top this off. Cause they had like cherries and strawberries and pineapple and melon. I was go, let's get a plate of some of this stuff to cut, because some of this stuff was fried, your gyozas, your shrimp tempuras and things like that. There's a lot of batter,
greasy,
and things like that. So it wasn't a ton of that, but because sushi's pretty fresh and the meat was pretty fresh. But I was like, let's settle it. And like we both were like, oh, that was the right move to like get some of that stuff. So I was really proud of myself for not going whole hog.
Sure.
And just being like, I'll take all of it.
Mine, nom.
Nom nom nom. But I really enjoyed just the experience of it, and it was really fun to try that. And also just the idea of like, I grew up on really bad buffets, but I will say that like going to a Chinese buffet gave me the opportunity to try different types of Chinese food.
Absolutely.
So I got to find out what I liked because I got to try it.
May not have
this
been
was
the
another
best quality
opportunity.
food when we did that, but it at least opened you up to stuff that you wouldn't normally. It was the window that was just open, just a crack, and it let you in.
Because everyone does beef and broccoli a little bit different. Everyone does General Chow's a little bit different. Sesame chicken, salt and pepper chicken,
right.
Like all that sort of stuff. But it's generally similar in a way where like if you like beef and broccoli, you're probably going to like beef and broccoli at most places.
Right.
So it gave me an opportunity, and I always was like, God, I wish I had more access to like an Indian food buffet or like Thai,
Ethiopia,
because I was like, I'm willing to bet I would love to try some of this stuff to see if I liked it and just dabble, but I didn't get a chance to do it. So something like this is another great opportunity. It's like, do you want to make your own ramen?
Right.
Do it. Like, what do you want? Choose your broth. And like, they've just got piles of noodles and you're like, cool. And just, do you want to try fish balls? There you go. It's right there. All this sort of stuff. I was like, this is super fucking cool to try this. It's like, do you want to try like some thinly shaved lamb, just to cook it up real quick, see if you like it. I was like, oh, wow, that's really fucking cool, awesome. Man.
That's
really, really cool.
I love that.
So I would say if you have an opportunity to try out some Korean barbecue, man, do that. I don't know if all of them are both the barbecue and the hot pot. I think sometimes they might be separate, but try them out. I think it's really fucking cool.
I'll have to look up in GR and see what the one we have up here. Vellucci one time, he pointed it out because he was like, oh, we got to go Korean barbecue. And we just never ended up doing it. But I know they have one up here, but I don't know the breadth of what their offerings are. So I'll have to
Dude,
look
it'd be a
into
great
that,
date night for you and Beth to go and do that and just
absolutely
have that and just like try that shit out. It's such an interactive and fun experience. I saw like a huge family. Yeah. They were all just like eating, and I was also like, Jesus Christ, it's got to be expensive.
Right.
Like, It was $100 for Nat and I. So just the two of us.
And you got your fill, and you got to try a whole.
I would do it again.
If you had ordered all those plates individually, you would have probably eclipsed that amount.
And also, I had an auto 20% gratuity, which I was like, I'm here for that.
There you go.
Like the guy who's like, just letting you know, and I'm like, good.
Yep.
And I'm like, I'm glad. I go, we should do that more often. He's like, I think they're trying to pass a law. I'm like, we should. I go, you guys deserve it. You guys work hard.
Bake
and
it in, and we don't even have to worry about it. Yeah.
Don't care, man. I was like, I don't have to figure it out. It's just there. So that included tax and gratuity. So like all together, it was $100. But I was like, I'd do it again in a heartbeat. It was awesome. Totally worth it. So it was really, really fun to try that out. So
you talking about the pork belly reminded me. I don't know why. This is one of those things, Doug, where things happen during the week, and like you are so good at like locking them away, being like, this I'm bringing up. I had this unique experience, and I completely forgot to even like begin to mention it. Pork belly opened it up. So 2 weekends ago, I was back in Chicago. Milos, his girlfriend, got him for his birthday, got him a hog butchering class. And
whoa!
So she was like, he always talks. So Flavia texted Bob and I, and she goes, he always talks about how you guys are his best friends, and he wishes he could hang out with you two more. So I got a hog butchering class for the three of you. He goes, you're gonna butcher a half hog together, and you each get to take home the meat. And she'll go through, the person who's running this.
That's awesome.
We'll go through like what cuts you're doing, best practices for cooking them, what you would use it for, applications, this, and this, and yada, yada. So we get there. There's a 125-pound half of a hog that's just sitting there.
That's half of a hog is 125 pounds?
It was 250, man. Yeah. It was a big boy. So, yeah. So this, so we walk in, and we don't know what. So Bob and I, to start, Milos, he's Serbian, so culturally, he grew up like they would get a whole pig, they would bury it and like roast it underground. They would do the whole like in picnics. That was just that's part of what his like in the Balkans. That was his culture. So he was so familiar with all of this. He was very excited. It was a surprise too. So Bob and I showed up outside of his apartment, and he walked out. Flavia told him he was getting a lift. He walked out and was like, "What the fuck are you dumb dicks doing here?" And we're like, "We're gonna kill a pig." And
we're gonna slaughter something.
We're gonna slaughter something. So Bob and I had told each other, we go, look, I don't know if this is butchering or slaughtering and butchering. If that pig is alive, I told Bob, I go, I'm leaving. I'll find a bar, I'll hang out, and you let me know when you're done. And Bob goes, no, I'm coming with you. He goes, I'm not here for that. And we told Milos, he goes, oh, dude, if we get to slaughter it too, he's like, that'd be amazing. And we go, cool. So you let us know when you're done, and we'll come pick you up.
Yeah,
we got
have
there.
fun.
Thank God it was just the butchering, so we didn't have to do all that. But we walk in, and this half a pig sitting in a cooler. So the girl, fucking 5'0", this butcher, she was awesome, by the way, knew so fucking much. But she's 5'0", and she goes, so I'm not doing any of this lifting. She goes, you two are. And so she pointed to Milos and I. She goes, bring that hog over to this table. So we lifted this fucking thing up so fucking heavy, dude.
Yeah.
This is just dead
literally
weight.
125 pounds of dead weight.
Dead weight, yeah. And we just put it on, and she goes, all right. So we unwrapped it, and we went in, and she talked about, here's what the fatback is, here are the ribs are, here's like the St. Louis ribs, here's the picnic roast, here's the actual ham hock, like when you get Christmas ham. And it looked like it. It was weird. And so we de-skinned it, and the skin was like, she goes, you can crisp this up and make what's the word?
Pork rinds?
Well, pork rinds, but there's something else. She goes, real time intensive. She goes, you could do that. And then, so yeah, we basically butchered this fucking thing. We each walked away with over 40 pounds of meat a person, and the bones, which you can make like stocks and soups and stuff out of. So like but here's the problem. Beth doesn't like pork. So I have a fucking freezer full of more pork than I'll ever get to. So we got back home, and I was like, the guys were like, we got to split this even. I'm like, no, we don't. Like, you guys take the lion's share. I'll take some. But
I'll take 15 pounds.
I walked away with pork tenderloin. I walked away with 2 giant things of fat back, which I'm like,
nice.
Again, I'm like, I don't make sausage. Like, I don't. So I found a guy up here, a buddy of mine does bow hunting, and he makes sausages with his kills. And I'm like, here. I'm like, make all the sausage in the world. I gave him the bones too. We had the neck bones, the tailbones, we had the scapula, we had so many bones. I was like, go nuts. But yeah, I have so much pork, Doug, but pork sirloin, pork tenderloin, pork chops. I got a rack of ribs in there. It's insane. So I'm set. But it was such I was not nearly as grossed out as I thought I would be. But it was such a unique experience, a skill set that I will never use again. So a waste on me, but a fun time. Needless to, all things aside, it was just a fun experience.
It's so funny because like I feel like as you get older, a lot of times like I would find that fascinating to me to do that, because I do enjoy cooking, and you see this stuff just come out, right? And it's like sort of like prepped form, and you're like, where does this actually come from? Like, and I think that would be absolutely fascinating. I wouldn't want to slaughter it, but I definitely think I'd be down to like do a butchering class like that. I think that would be very interesting to
the butchering class
to figure out how that works.
It was badass.
That'd be cool.
I would say again, it's one of those where like if you got a group of people who are interested in doing it, it's definitely worth it. It's not cheap, but if you get a group and you're splitting it, it's
you're walking away with 125 pounds of fucking meat. So yeah.
And all of her experience, like her knowledge,
right?
Like she just, oh my god, she moved so fucking.
You pay for your labor and the meat,
right? It was so you cooked your you paid to cook, we paid to butcher our own meat, which was
so cool because that's something you don't realize, like all the elements that go into that, and there's people like you get your butcher shop by you, and those guys are just doing that shit day in and day out, like they know exactly what it is. How to process it,
Yeah, it was weird because when I went there just a couple days ago, I looked in the case and I was like, obviously anatomy is slightly different, but like the general the general thing is there. And I was looking at the chops, the beef chops they had in there, like the different steaks, and I was like, the shape of that looks similar to I know where that came from in the pig, and this is like just putting those together. I'm like, oh my god, this is really starting to. And the more the more we started to whittle the pig down, like the more I was like, we pulled a piece out and was like, oh, that's probably going to make the blank. And sure enough, this is how we went, and we ended with these like beautiful pork chops. I'm like, that's what a pork chop looks like. It was really wild.
Have you tried any of the meat yet? Have you cooked any of it yet?
Yes. So we went back that day. We went back to Bob's place, and we cooked so much pork, so much pork. We probably cooked. I would say conservatively, we probably cooked 15 pounds of pork that day. Like it was a lot of meat.
How'd it taste?
Amazing. It was like the freshest, because the pig she had gotten, we did it on a Saturday, and the pig had been slaughtered on a Monday. So it was it was right there. Like it had been hanging out for just a little bit, curing a little bit, and then we did it. It was so very.
Plus, you
very
got
fresh.
Bob and Milos who know what the fuck they're doing.
You know,
also cooking wise. So I mean, you're gonna get.
We did it. Bob has a charcoal grill, so we fired up the. We had old school. It was fucking delicious. Yeah.
Dude, that sounds amazing.
It was something
that reminds me of the time, I think, when did we go? We went to Sam's and we like made fried steak or something like that.
Deep fried steak. I forgot about that. Yeah.
That was awesome. That was so much fun.
I did tell Beth that I said, I was shocked at how okay I was butchering it. If I had to slaughter, if it ever came to the point where end of times, zombie apocalypse, and we had to kill our own food, I would become a vegetarian because I can't take the life. Like if I don't know its personality ahead of time, I'm good. But the minute that I have to like actually end it, I couldn't do it. So there's a level in this chain that I cannot pass. You know.
Hey, listen, man.
There's a great
if you're in a world without air conditioning, and things are going tits up, and you're hungry, I bet you probably would. I know I probably would. I wouldn't want to, but I'm like. There's a cow that I find, and it's out there, and I'm starving, and I'm like, I got to feed my family. I'm like, I'm sorry. I got you. You got to go.
It might be dandelion salad for me, man. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to do it, but I'm like, I think deep down I could.
You could?
And I think I could. I wouldn't know what to do once I did it. Yeah. I wouldn't know how to butcher it, but
I'd probably sooner resort to cannibalism. I think I could kill a human before an animal.
Especially if they were an asshole.
Absolutely,
yeah. Yeah. Like I remember you, lady. You were the one who said that, you didn't understand how your debit card worked. Come over here for a second. I'm hungry, Yeah.
Mac or PC? You think about that. You think about that while I bleed you dry.
Right. So you've never used a browser before, huh? I don't believe you.
Spare rib.
Yeah, right. You're right. It was a fox. Interesting. You idiot. Yeah. So let us know. Like, have you done in cubes? Have you done Korean barbecue and hot pot? What did you think? Have you ever butchered an animal before, or would you? If you could, which one? Because honestly, like, would you be interested in butchering like cow, chicken? I mean,
she offers both of those classes,
right?
She offers every.
I know guys that would like hunt deer and they would like turn it into like deer salami and sausages and stuff like that. So, I mean, venison and whatever, like that stuff's out there. So I don't know, man, it's wild. It's a wild time.
Could you do it? Could you stomach it? That's the question.
Could you do it? The answer is yes, it's delicious, but I could stomach it after we cooked it for sure. Yeah. For sure. All right, Justin, are you ready to once again play Guess That Movie from the audio?
Doug, I am ready.
You slayed it last time. You absolutely slayed it. And I'm proud
of you.
All
right.
I want somebody's butt. I want it now.
Oops, let's do this.
I want some butts.
There it is. That's the short one. Nailed that one.
Nailed it.
I want somebody's butt.
I want some butts. Always good stuff. Let me check my settings real quick because, it's going to the wrong place for me. Okay. And, all right. So I've got 1, 2, and 3. I'm confident you're going to get one of them.
Okay.
I'm not sure on one of them. I'm not sure on 2. I'm pretty sure on 1.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you're going to get one of these. The other 2, I think, are up in the air. So it depends. All right. Here goes the first one. Here we go.
Maybe I should just quit and go back to making noodles.
Quit. Don't quit. Noodles. Don't noodles.
That is a phrase I say way too often in my household.
Quit.
When
don't
someone's
quit. Noodles, don't noodles.
I go, that's when it's like I try to throw in noodles, don't noodles. I say that all the time around my house, and Jill is too, and it's like an ongoing thing. Which also, real quick, the one I played a long time ago, which was I didn't know the sponge was supposed to be wet, from the Green Mile.
Yeah,
the guy goes, well, how long you been pissing on the seat before someone told you to put it up, Jill uses that phrase all the time in reference to her work because she's like, these people are so dumb. They didn't know the sponge was supposed to be wet. Like, that's how dumb they are. So anyway, I just want to say the tradition continues. Yeah. Anyway, Justin, any thoughts on this particular one? Do you want to hear it again?
I do, very much so.
Here we go.
Maybe I should just quit and go back to making noodles.
Quit, don't quit. Noodles, don't noodles.
He goes on to say something pretty profound, but I think it's better that it cuts off there.
Okay. So I'm trying to hear the voices. Obviously, it's oh, is that Kung Fu Panda?
It is Kung Fu Panda. Nice job.
There we go.
Yes.
There we go.
Yep.
There we go. I was like, I know. I'm like, it's a shockingly white voice and a shockingly like stereotypical Asian voice. So I'm like, it's got to be something in that realm, obviously. And I'm like, the first thing I thought was, I can't even think of what I was. It doesn't matter. I got it right. Fucking Kung Fu Panda. Moving on.
Kung Fu Panda, baby. Nice.
Which I've actually never seen.
Don't noodles. That's the thing is, I don't think you'd seen it.
No, I have not. Yeah.
But it's decent. It's a decent film.
All right,
so
yeah, I'll watch. Thank you for the recommendation.
All right. Here you go. Let's go to the next one.
It's a lot of money. What are you doing? What do you mean, forget the money?
What am I doing? I'm talking to an empty telephone.
I don't understand.
Because there was a dead man on the other end of this fucking line.
One of my favorite scenes in a movie that is so intimidating.
So that's Pacino for sure.
That's not Pacino, unfortunately.
No, it is. Is it De Niro?
It is De Niro. Okay, yes, I was like, that's the other one.
I haven't. Give it to me one more time. I think I know who the second voice is. I need to hear it again though.
All right, here we go.
It's a lot of money. What are you doing? What do you mean, forget the money?
What am I doing? I'm talking to an empty telephone.
I don't understand.
Because there was a dead man on the other end of this fucking line.
Okay, it's such a good fucking line. So there's 3 movies that I'm considering.
Okay.
It's I'll give you all 3 and you tell me if I'm in the right or if I'm completely off. So it's either going to be Casino, Heat, or Goodfellas.
It is one of those movies.
It's one of those 3. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be Casino.
Choose wisely. Oh, unfortunately, it is not.
Is it
Casino. Heat? It is Heat.
Is it Val Kilmer on the other? Is that the other voice?
It's not Val Kilmer. The other end of the line is the actor William Fichtner. You've seen him. He's kind of a character actor. He's been in a bunch of different shit. In Heat, he plays a kind of like a dirty guy who kind of he basically runs money to the Caribbean for drugs and stuff like that.
Okay.
And the very first hit in the movie, the job is when they steal a bunch of bearer bonds that belong to him.
Yeah.
And so they try to sell it back to him, and he's pissed that these guys have stolen from him. So when they go to do the drop, to do the exchange, he sets up an ambush, and De Niro and his crew see through it, and they kill the ambushers. So then De Niro calls him back, and the guy's like, oh, I haven't heard back from my man. Did everything go okay? He goes, forget the money. He's like, what? What do you mean forget the money? It's a lot of money. Like, what are you doing? He goes, I don't know. He's basically trying to freak him out. He's just basically like, I'm not going to deal with you because there's a dead guy on the other end of this line because I'm going to fucking kill you. And like, he hangs up and the guy looks absolutely fucking terrified.
Yeah.
He looks over to Henry Rollins, who's also in this film, and he's like, what did I just do?
Yeah. He was
so
the bank,
good.
Sorry, he was the bank teller in The Dark Knight. That's
yes.
That's the main.
Yes.
I've seen him in a ton of stuff, but that's the main one.
He was in Armageddon. He's
Yes,
been in a ton of shit.
yeah.
Ton of shit. So
fuck, man. All right, Heat. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so good. Well done. That was the one I was pretty sure you were going to get.
I second guessed myself. I was going to say Heat first, but I'm like, there's a scene where There's a scene in Casino very specifically I'm thinking about, and I don't think it. Yeah. Anyway, yes. Heat.
Nice.
Good movie.
Very well done.
Yes.
All right. Last one. Here we go. We'll see if you can get this one.
Think about the lives that little girl saved. Think about all the lives she will save. That little girl could have saved Sean.
Don't you ever say his name!
It's one of my favorite deliveries of a line.
Give it to me again. It was hard to hear at first, but go ahead. Give it to me again.
Here you go.
Think about the lives that little girl saved. Think about all the lives she will save. That little girl could have saved Sean.
Don't you ever say his name!
Did you ever say his name? Is that Tom Cruise?
That is Tom Cruise. Nice.
All right. So what movie where there's a little girl who saved lives could have saved Sean?
I feel like if you can guess the name or the actor who's speaking through most of that, that's a big help to you.
Did you ever say his name? I feel like I can almost see the face of this actor.
You should. He's pretty prolific.
That's not John Voight, is it?
It's not John Voight.
Okay. One more time. Let me see if I can nail this.
All right,
down.
here we go.
Think about the lives that little girl saved. Think about all the lives she will save. That little girl could have saved Sean.
Don't you ever say his name!
That's like you see you shaking your head. You're like, all right.
God, it's like it's one of those things, like when you wake up from a dream and you try to remember it, and it's just the longer you think about it, the further away it gets. Like I feel like I can almost get it, but then the more I think about the voice, the further away that the face gets. Fucking could have saved Sean. Okay, so it's a Tom Cruise movie.
This movie came out in 2002.
Is it one of the Mission Impossible movies?
It is not.
Okay, all right. It came out in 2002. I see that's the little girl is the thing that's throwing me. Like, what movie was he in where there was a little girl? It's not Minority Report, is it?
It is Minority Report.
Interesting.
Yes.
Oh.
So that is at the very end of the movie.
Okay.
So this is when Tom Cruise's character is broken out of containment and he's talking. The actor is Max von Sydow, and he's talking to him and he's basically laying out how he knows how this guy gamed the system and murdered somebody and got away with it. And the one thing that has been plaguing Tom Cruise's character in this film is that his son was taken while he was at the pool, and it's ruined his life.
Right.
It's put him into drugs and everything like that. So what I love so much about this particular scene is that Max von Sydow is trying to figure out where Tom Cruise's character is because he knows he's close. So he's baiting him out. And so he mentions his son's name. And then Tom Cruise just turns and faces the camera and just shouts this brutal delivery of don't you ever say his name? It just loses it. And I'm like, that's such a cool delivery.
That's a great delivery. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a very Tom Cruise delivery. You unmistakably him when he says that.
Well, he also just, again, to be able to channel that and to deliver that in a way that's that is such a trigger for that character. Yeah. And for him to go to that place where it's here's this guy that has fucked him over, that he trusted like a father, has now just goading it and he pokes right in that nerve. And he's just oh, no, you don't. How dare you? It was really, really cool. So well done.
Dude.
Good job,
Great
man.
pulls again, man. Always great pulls.
I got random pulls, baby. That's what lives up in this here noggin. So wiggity, wiggity, woo. Great stuff, Justin. What do you have to recommend this week?
So I'm going to recommend the documentary Marty, Life is Short. It's on Netflix, and it's the Martin Short documentary. Structurally, as a documentary goes, it's not flawless. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite structure of how they told the story. But that being said, I didn't realize all these things about Martin Short and his life and his career and this and that. And I think Tom Hanks has the best quote about him. And that's what made me like this all the more. And I walked away from this feeling lifted up and incredible. He said, Marty operates at the speed of joy. And it's when you watch it, you'll understand. He's such a unique individual, and some people may like him, some people may not. There's a whole thing a while ago where he was getting raked online because they were like, he's overrated and I don't know why people like him and this and that. You watch this and still tell me that you don't like him. He is such a beautiful human being and genuinely does just operate at the speed of joy. He vibrates joy. It's wild. So I strongly recommend
his
watching
ability
this.
to be. He is so quick. Like
He is. Well, and that's
Jiminy Glick has some of the best moments of him as Jiminy Glick.
Absolutely.
Like when he's interviewing other people, just watching him break professional comedians and whatever as
watch
this
the
character
Bill
of Jiminy
Hader one.
Glick.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Bill Hader couldn't catch his breath. He was laughing so fucking hard.
The one he did with Larry David was
my God,
amazing.
yes.
He drove Larry David crazy. Where he's like, "You're so annoying." He's like, "Thank you." He's like, "Not a compliment."
Well,
This is the Larry David rage I've heard so much about.
one of the ones they played in the documentary is when he was with Mel Brooks, and he's like, "What do you have against the Nazis?"
He says wild shit, but you know it's a safe space.
It is.
Where
And
he's just
Brooks just go. He starts laughing. Goes, What do I have against the Nazis? Yeah, it always seems like you're out for the Nazis. It's like, it's time for Mel Brooks to go after the Nazis again. What did they do?
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah, he made some sort of thing to Larry David about the Jews or something like that. He's like, "Why are you so angry? Is it because you're Jewish?" And Larry David goes, "What?"
he's so good. But no, the Eugene Levy, who I didn't realize. I knew they knew each other, but one of his lifelong best friends, he was saying the same thing. He's like, there is no one in Hollywood who is faster or more whatever. He goes, like, when you really watch, Marty is the fastest comedian out there. And it's like, he hits things so, and they go through different phases. They talk about like his SCTV days, his Second City days, SNL days, the thing he's doing with Steve Martin now, like just how he continues to reinvent himself. And didn't realize this either. Really good friends used to vacation with. It was Tom Hanks, Steven Spielberg, Martin Short, and one other individual, and all of their wives were like this foursome that just.
Like you said, Martin Short was part of the foursome.
Well, yeah,
Gotcha.
Martin
Gotcha.
Short, was with like Tom Hanks, Steven Spielberg, and this other guy, and all their. And I'm like, what a wild, like it's just
Wild combo.
It's such a wild combo, but it works. And to hear these people just expound this beautiful, like these feelings for him, I would watch it and tell me that you don't feel uplifted. You're like, man, this guy's cool, and he's gone through.
The
Some
guy also
tragedy too, man.
doesn't break, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like as Jiminy Glick, just like saying this wild shit and seeing
Right.
like Bill Hader laugh. Like, how can
Yeah.
you not laugh along with him? Like he's just like so amazing. So
Yeah.
that sounds cool, man.
Great
That sounds like
documentary.
a fun watch. You always have good recommendations. I've got a lot to recommend this week. I'm going to recommend two things.
Okay.
Mostly because of recency. One, I mentioned it last week, but I fully listened to the album. Potion Seller's new album, Buzzard, is awesome.
All right.
And I say that with all sincerity. I'm biased because I know Noah. We know Austin, who is the singer in the band, but it is absolutely excellent album. Really great. 10 songs. I'm so impressed at the structure of the songs, the way they sound. It is an incredible hidden gem. So go check them out anywhere there's streaming. Head over to Bandcamp. It's $7 to buy their album. It helps them a lot. Just throw some money or go get some merch from them. They're incredible. It's a great
awesome.
band, and like it's a full length. It's fantastic. Highly recommend that. Also, highly recommend the new Dungeon Crawler Carl book, Parade of Horribles. It's book 8 of the series. This series is incredible. I can't recommend it enough. I'm not a huge reader, but this series is amazing. Matt Dinneman is the author. Jeff Hayes does the audiobook, which I highly recommend because he's an incredibly talented voice actor that reads it, and it is solid. So do yourself a favor. If you haven't checked out the series, do so. And if you are waiting for the new book, it is out, as is the audiobook. Sometimes the audiobook lags, but they released both of them at the same time. I finished it. It's awesome. So check out both of those, and you will have a wonderful time.
Real quick,
Awesome.
I just want to say that Potion Cellar is doing a Buzzard album release show on July 25th, 2026 at the Pyramid Scheme in Grand Rapids. So
check them out.
PyramidSchemeBar.com, Potion Cellar on social medias. Go find that. July 25th, it's a Saturday. If you're in the area, if you're anywhere near, I would say Pyramid Scheme is a great venue. GR is a fun town. Potion Cellar is a bomb-ass band. It's a perfect little cocktail. So, and it's also my
Hell
birthday.
yeah.
So
There we
get
go.
out there and watch them for my birthday wish of all of you is to go see Potion Seller.
There you go. That's GR Living, y'all. You heard it. All right. All right, then. As always, you know the deal. Check us out. YouTube.com/MindGapPodcast. Hit the like and subscribe. Leave us a comment on anything we've talked about. It'd be wonderful to have that engagement. Check the link in the description for links for our Discord, links to our Patreon, links to our merch. We'd love any support you could throw our way. And be sure to check out Justin online as well.
On Instagram at Justin_Michael, spelled Mikel. It's the fun way of spelling it. And while you're in the online realm, anywhere where you can get audio podcasts, you can find us there. So go ahead and subscribe, download, rate, review, listen, all the things. The sharing is the big one. Let someone know that we exist. It goes a very long way, and we appreciate you for it. And then TwoEast8th.com, TwoEast8th on all social media, loveandimprovfilm.com, Love and Improv Film on Instagram, and Strange Frequencies on Instagram.
Woo! With that, I'll say, Justin, thank you.
Douglas, thank you.
Listeners, viewers, thank you. And you all have a dandy fucking week.